Welcome to another edition of Radio Influencers, a podcast series we're doing for Radio Update. And let me first address the elephant in the room. Yes, I do own this suit, and no, we're not going to get into why. I'm wearing it today because we're going to talk about Christmas music, with this being a short holiday week, and because one of the main questions I get asked this time of year as a programming consultant is about Christmas music. I thought we'd devote this episode of Radio Influencers to talking about Christmas tunes. For years now, but especially post-pandemic, the appetite for Christmas music from listeners has been incredibly strong. There's tons of research to back this up and lots of case studies of stations performing well ratings-wise when they lean heavy on the hollies and jollies. So each year we're seeing stations play Christmas music sooner and sooner. Plus we're seeing stations that flip to all Christmas every year do so earlier each and every year. One of my clients that goes all Christmas never did it prior to Thanksgiving when I started working with them 5 years ago. Now they flip the 1st of November. In other markets, stations are going even earlier than that. Because of that, I've changed my tune on Christmas tunes, even on stations that don't flip. On those non-all Christmas music stations, we all used to slowly ramp up, 1 an hour the first week of December, 2 an hour week 2, 3, then finally 1 1/4 hour as we get right up close to Christmas. But because of everything I've seen in the data, I now suggest that stations start where they were going to end, and if anything, back off a hair if necessary as they get closer, depending, of course, on what fits the format. There are some formats where we shouldn't play any Christmas music. Speaking of data, I pulled a list of the top Christmas songs as of this past week, and I'll share some of the insights of that from that with you. If you'd like to know more about how Christmas songs are doing in your specific market, email me at andy@radiostationconsultant.com or schedule a meeting with me at radiostationconsultant.com, and I'll share some of the highlights. Like I mentioned, this is a national list from last week based on data from across all the streaming platforms. Here are a few things that stood out. Only one song in the top 10 was released this century, Kelly Clarkson's Underneath the Tree from 2013. That's why the consistent advice I always give on programming Christmas tunes is this: you can't go wrong with the classics. I'm not saying you shouldn't play any new songs. There's nothing wrong with mixing in a few that are getting some traction. But the bulk of the list and virtually all of the powers need to be classic Christmas hits. I'll run down the full top 10 in a second, but in the top 20, there's one other song from this century, crooner Michael Bublé's rendition of It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. The newest song in the top 30 came in at number 27, Sia's Snowman from 2017. Other new tunes in the top 50 included, newer tunes in the top 50 included Bublé's Holly Jolly Christmas, Justin Bieber's Mistletoe, the Jonas Brothers' Like It's Christmas, Gwen Stefani, You Make It Feel Like Christmas, Pentatonix, love those folks, Hallelujah, Kelly Clarkson and Ariana Grande's Santa Can You Hear Me from just a couple years ago, John Legend, What Christmas Means to Me, Bublé again, since he basically only has to work 1 month a year, with Christmas, and Katy Perry, Cozy Little Christmas. There's a handful of other more recent tunes in the top 100, and especially when you look at the top 500, but nobody's really going that deep for their holiday programming. You see even more recent tunes. For instance, 23 songs from this year have made it into the top 500 already, although most were in the bottom half, but it's still pretty impressive because it's hard for any new Christmas song to break through. So here is the full top 10 in order. Number 1, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You from 1994. I'm not going to lie, I never change the station when this tune comes on. It won me over on Love Actually because I'm a secret rom-com. I'm a closet rom-com fan, and I love that movie. Number 2, Brenda Lee, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree from 1964. Number 3, one of the only bands whose name is also a verb. Not sure if that's true. Wham! Last Christmas from 1984. Number 4, Bobby Helms, Jingle Bell Rock from 1957. Number 5, Burl Ives, Holly Jolly Christmas, 1964. Number 6, My Idol, Dean Martin, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow from 1959. Number 7, another crooner, Andy Williams, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year from 1963. Number 8 is where the most recent tune comes in, Kelly Clarkson's Underneath the Tree from 2013, super catchy song. Number 9, the Ronettes, Sleigh Ride from 1963. And number 10, Jose Feliciano, Feliz Navidad from 1970. Again, this list is just from last week, which we can pull already because people are definitely already listening to Christmas music. The top 4 all had more than 14 million streams across all platforms in the US last week alone. So yes, people are already craving Christmas tunes. Any station that's in a rated market, we can pull their market level data as well to see if there are any regional differences, which there always are. For instance, in one of my clients' markets, I pulled Brenda Lee was number 1 instead of Mariah, and there were even less new songs in the top 50 in that specific market. Hopefully you found this helpful as you start to schedule your Christmas tunes, and it gave me an excuse to break out this suit. We'll be back next week with a new episode of Radio Influencers. I'll be joined by Coleman Insights VP and consultant Jay Nacklis. Happy Turkey Day, everybody, and a Merry early Christmas.
Radio Influencers is a radio update production. New episodes are released on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern.